Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off
the final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And Kamara with a carry there on first down as he works his way forward for a pickup of 4.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 13 carries, 53 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the second level, and now you've got a big place to run the football. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 3rd down, Winston drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Try to run the option here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Second and 4. From the gun is Eason. Flushed out right. Over the middle, complete. That's Stevenson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Eason. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's the option going right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Eason on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing on third and long. Eason. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
The Texans' 9-yard line.
Second down. Here's Eason. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. On the return, it's Taylor. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Darren Lee coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Try after the first down sack. Winston into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At the 35.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now this time he'll look to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Jacob Eason. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And they'll get this down to the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
After the pickup of 5, he stopped short of the goal line. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Taylor with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts add on to their lead.
The kick is good.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen.
Starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Winston's pass.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
Yeah.
No yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
It's second down.
To throw on second down. Eason, catch made here by Campbell. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
Complete.
A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. 1st and 10, Eason. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Oh, goodness, not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll throw again. Winston. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Jameis again. This is the tight end, Njoku. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Again, it's Winston. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 10 yards out, and the Texans draw a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing is Eason. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing on first down. Eason eluding the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
That's the end of the first.
He got 29 yards that time. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. And just like that, on we head down. Half number 2.
Mitch Wishnowsky.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. Now, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Eason over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
It's a gain of
23 yards on the play.
First down, Indianapolis.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll get that one to Taylor complete. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Short of the goal line.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. On the return, it's Taylor. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Winston sacked.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So here are the Colts to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now. Out in front here, they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Taylor. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, Winston. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going. They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. To return is Taylor. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Working with a 2nd and 4. They run once more with Taylor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And the Colts 1st down.
Eason sets to throw it. Being chased out left.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Eason. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun is Eason. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Colts on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Eason. It's caught at the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A 1st down throw for Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Jameis now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack on 1st down, Winston. He's got Njoku over the middle. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for Campbell downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy point.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he is out up around the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Now a desperate. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Miles.
Winston's pass.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
At the Colts' 36-yard line.
2nd down and 7. To the air again with Winston. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Miles. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown, Texans.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And the lead is down to 20. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown.
Texans 14. Wishnowsky.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. On the return, it's Taylor. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
1st and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was